Okay, guys, I want to update you on where I'm at and what I'm doing this morning. Last night, along about 10 o'clock or so, is when I seen the message. I got a message from some relatives of mine who had been out hickory chicken hunting, and they sent me some photographs as well. They found some what appears to be Bigfoot tracks. So what I'm doing this morning, I am in the area where they were, and I am going to see if I can find those Bigfoot tracks and any more actually. This was also the tracks was actually two sets of tracks. One was about a 10-12 inch track, and the other one was a very small juvenile track. We're talking probably 4 or 5 inches. So I'm going to try to find those. Another interesting thing is too that in this particular location back in 2013, within just a very short distance here of where I'm at right now, there was a sighting of two Bigfoots. One of them was a reddish brown one, female, and it had a juvenile with it. This was by a guy who was ginsenging. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to get out and get my stuff and then make sure I've not got this little old road blocked where people can get around me. And then I'm going to see if I can explore and find those tracks. All right, I just wanted to update you. Okay, the witnesses also told me about a tuft of hair caught on a limb. I have found the tuft of hair. It's hard to say what it is. Some of them looks pretty long. I'm gonna leave that right there, and I will try to get a sample of it before I leave. But my understanding is the tracks were fairly close to this. I mean, that could be nothing more than dog hair or something, but you can see that a few people have traveled this with a four-wheeler, looks like. But this area is pretty much secluded. It's pretty isolated. There's only actually one house here that's nearby. I mean, there's a few other buildings and an old coal mine and things like that, but I'm gonna scout around and see if I can find that track or those tracks. But there's the tuft of hair they were telling me about. Okay, guys, I've come past where the people had found the tracks at, but I have found, because the tracks they sent me had an adult and a juvenile, a very small juvenile. But I have found some old ones right here. So you see that? Right there's another one. You can actually see the toe a little bit and hit, but it's been smushed in. And back there goes the next one right back there. So that is a juvenile. I'm actually going to try to walk around this. I know it's going to be soft as I'll get out. I might just walk right across where these tracks are. They're not, the quality's not good enough to try to cast them. But most of the time when people come this way, I'm guessing that this, ouch, oh God, that briar got me. I'm guessing that this is probably as far as they make it because of the water. They don't want to brave the mud and water. But if I can get this briar to quit eating me up, I'm gonna go right through there. Looks like some more tracks right in there. And there's no way anybody's been up in here barefooted. So I'm gonna go right through there and beat my way around and see if I can find something else. There's that other little track out here, right across through here. Stepped over to there, went right up that side. And you can kindly see the toes in that one too, where it's got the water in it. And there is some deer track here as well. I wonder how Big Mama got around this though. I'm gonna continue right on through this briar thicket. Okay, the witnesses also told me about a tuft of hair caught on a limb. I have found the tuft of hair. It's hard to say what it is. Some of them looks pretty long. I'm gonna leave that right there, and I will try to get a sample of it before I leave. But my understanding is the tracks were fairly close to this. I mean, that could be nothing more than dog hair or something, but you can see that a few people have traveled this with a four-wheeler, looks like. But this area is pretty much secluded. It's pretty isolated. There's only actually one house here that's nearby. I mean, there's a few other buildings and an old coal mine and things like that, but I'm gonna scout around, see if I can find that track or those tracks. But there's the tuft of hair they was telling me about. This is back where those little tracks are, I found. And some people might say, well, that's the back foot of a bear. But the thing is, you would see its front paws through here somewhere. You would think. So I wanted to just kind of clarify that I don't really believe it to be a bear, because I'm not seeing any front tracks right through here. But I'm going to try to ease back around, see if I can find them original tracks that they found. And there's that briar tore my thumb in two. Alright then. I went on out there all the way to the end, but then it turns back down toward the creek, then back up the mountain. But I know they didn't go that far, hickory chicken hunting. So I'm just going to look around right in here a little bit. I found what appears to be a break, a fresh break. I can't rule out that it was done by a human. It's hard to say though. Here's some more on these old ones right here, but it's dead. It's, you know, it's hard to say what knocked it over too. But I'm gonna just continue through here a little bit. I've seen a ton of deer tracks. Managed to even find one hickory chicken. Almost stepped on it. I just explored all that down in there. But I'm gonna continue looking. Good area. Okay guys, I spent about, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours back there. I'm not really, I mean, I got up with my family this morning, got them off to work, and then I come up here to do this. I was able to find those smaller tracks, but I never could find that large track. But from my understanding of what the person told me, there were a couple sets of the big tracks and a few of the little ones. But the little one that I found, I believe, was actually a different one. So, and this, like I say, this is an area where there's been a few sightings. There was one on up the road a little ways too. There's not really a whole lot of anything over there. Some old junk and stuff like that. But years and years ago, there used to be some houses all the way down through here. But I'm talking about probably 40 years ago. Used to be several garden spots through there. I can see some strawberries and stuff still growing back there. I mean, they're not being maintained. They're just, I guess, where they had strawberries at one time, and they've kind of spread out and a few here and there. But I'll write all this up and file it on our map and in our archives. So it's just another little piece of the puzzle where we've had sightings before. So no bad luck. I will keep a check on this area a few times this year, even though we're going to be very busy filming the new Bigfoot documentary, Bigfoot the Legend is Real. The legend is real. We're still going to do our other research too, go along with it. But all right, I'll close this off, and I'm going to keep a check on this area. I did find a big giant coyote track. My opinion is that the hair tuft was that was caught in the briar. It was probably from a coyote. So I think that pretty much answers that part of the mystery. But the tracks, like I say, this is kind of an isolated area. There's one house up here. There's a guard shack. It guards the mines that's not been in operation for years and years and years. And there's a whole lot of nothing basically in the mountains. Maybe I'll ginseng up here this year too. I seem like I have a little bit of luck ginsening and running into Bigfoot tracks and stuff like that, because I guess you go off the beaten path. But I'll write all this up and log it. Appreciate it. Talk to you guys later.